fact. And that's okay. I think that goes into what I'm saying is like, just generally, that's why I'm here, is to debunk a lot of the myths.
Well, you can debunk that myth.
Well, again, you said you would send me the study. Cannot find the study that women are more likely to be perpetrators. It doesn't. I genuinely cannot find a single thing. I've been looking for 5-10 minutes.
You've been looking for what? Have you been looking on NIS?
I literally looked at exactly what you said. Cannot find the numbers.
It's okay.
Now because I'm not. This is not trying to be like an appeal to like authority, but I've done like debate my whole life, and like obviously like most of the time.
Yeah. Look at you. Heard that, guys? I have done debates all my life, man. So I'm like, I'm not, I'm not a loser here in this sphere. I have done debates all my life, and I don't know what you're talking about. This is her way of just getting those little points, and she thinks that Andrew's gonna just simply cave because she's been using a lot of sign language. It's not working. It's not working. It's not working. You see, also, guys, pay attention to this. Her body language. Look at her back. On top of her back, she's not like this, like a little curve on her back, and moving her pen a lot, opening up, and do all this stuff. She's losing the debate. Her ammunitions are almost done.
And to focus on the facts. So to me, if I can't understand the facts, that they don't exist of where I'm finding it, that is a problem for me. Okay, I saw that. It didn't say the numbers that you were talking about.
Yes, it has them. This is from.
Scroll
there's
down,
no way you
scroll
read.
down so I can read it.
How in the
I was
world?
just on that website, and it did not say that female perpetrators are more common.
Did you read that entire thing in 2 minutes? That is nonsense. It is huge. There is no possible way you went through this.
Please.
I read like
that is the biggest.
Yeah, my IQ is very high. Guys, I don't have a high IQ. I'm probably a very average guy. I'm an average guy. And no way she read that bunch of pages in just 2 minutes. My IQ is very high, man. Talk about ego, huh? Talk about ego.
100 books a
That
year.
is the biggest.
100
There is
books a
no
year.
possible way you
here.
went through that in 2 minutes. It is massive.
Okay, you can think that. It's okay.
What do you mean think that? That is not humanly possible. Do you have magic powers
smart.
that I'm
I'm pretty
unaware
smart.
of?
I don't know.
Pretty smart? What? Oh, come on. At least be honest in the debate. I mean, you could just say I didn't read it.
Yeah.
You say, I couldn't find the numbers that you're citing. There's no possible
Because
way
they
you
don't
looked
exist.
at that.
The numbers that you're talking about, they
don't exist.
Female perpetrators are not more common than male perpetrators. So, like, again, I would prefer that we would stick to actual reality and facts.
Yeah, you're right, Kino. Kinopio, you're right. That study is 60 plus pages. She's coping for real. And she thinks that by saying that I have a high IQ, that somehow it's going to make it real, bro. 150 IQ is above genius level, guys. 100, I think 135, you're already in that threshold of genius. You're pretty smart by 135, right? But 150, you might be in the what? In less than 1% of geniuses. Let me know in the chat. But 150, bro, this is founding father kind of territory. Like, this is crazy.
These are the actual realities and facts. I just showed you the study.
That's Mozart,
right?
that
The most
territory,
likely
guys.
reason why women are more likely to abuse than men, other
I
than
agree.
the fact they're not being used, is checked on using force, is the UK's leading mental health charity. The Mental Health Foundation says that today, women are 3 times more likely than men to experience common mental health problems as well. Do you want to go over that?
About how men are more likely to experience mental health issues?
No, women are more likely to experience mental health issues.
Yeah.
What is your point? Yes.
Than men.
Well, what's your point?
Well, how is feminism combating this?
I would hope that we can continue to do a better job. I mean, there's a lot of people
she's
that I
losing
know
it, guys.
that really
She's
struggle
losing
with
it.
their mental health, and a lot of, I mean, we don't have to get too deep into it, but I know that a lot of women who have experienced some abuse sexually at the hands of a man, and then that led them to have mental health issues. I also know men
More than
where
soldiers
that's
have
the case.
PTSD?
No. PTSD is certainly an issue, but you can get PTSD from a number of things. So I would like to point out that, like, just saying one thing doesn't negate the other, right? So, like, just because I think it's important to talk about women's mental health doesn't mean men's mental health isn't important, because, again, they are more likely
She's
to,
nervous,
like,
bro.
unalive
And what about
themselves.
the fact that
That's very
women's mental health has been astronomically
Yeah, okay.
growing in the negative direction under feminism, especially under the egalitarianism of gender? They report the happiest levels that women report are when they're
she's
married.
losing it, guys. She's losing it. And she touched her nose because I think she has a piercing in her nose. I think in her right side. So I'll be Candace here. I think she has like a little piercing in her right nose.
And in traditional gender
Have you ever
roles.
heard of the term ignorant? The phrase "ignorance is bliss." I think
I'm sorry.
for a lot
Do
of
I want to? I'm sorry. Do I need to go and experience killing someone, right, to know that I don't want to experience killing someone?
what?
Well,
How does that have anything to do with
well,
what I
ignorance
said?
is bliss. It's
No.
possible, for instance, that I could kill someone and really love it, right?
Would I
That's
be
possible.
able to maybe talk about?
Well,
it?
hang on. I want you to answer my question. Is that possible?
I just don't really understand how
Can you
that's
answer
related.
my question though? If
She's
it-
losing,
is
guys.
it
She's
possible
losing.
that I could kill somebody and then just really like it?
But how does that in
Can
any
you answer
way?
my question?
Yeah,
please?
her body language right now. You see her eyes are like almost. I'm about to cry. I'm about to cry now. That's her body language right now. She's collapsing in real time.
You stop negating the question. Just answer the question.
I just don't really want to talk about.
I don't
murder
care
or-
what you want to talk. I want you.
You're
to
right, Kinopio. 140 is genius. 150 will pull her in the 0.04% of the population. Yeah, I mean, I think the highest is what, 160? There's one guy that said that he has 200 IQ. At that point, you might be flying with your head. You might be flying with your head, just literally just lifting stuff with your mind. But yeah, 140 is geniuses. You know, you see a lot of classical pianists. They're in that level too. What they call the prodigies. And you know, 150 is out of this. She could, guys. I don't know. She could. But personally, she does not give me that genius vibe.
answer my question,
I'm
and
not,
I'll answer
I'm not
yours.
answering your question. Just go to
You're
your
not
point.
going to answer my question?
About murder. That's not related to this at all.
Yes, it's a listen. It's logically
Answer how
it's
you think I would answer.
logically
Answer how you want me to
analogous.
answer, and
What do
then
you
go ahead.
mean? I'm in a debate with you. I'm not in a debate with me.
I'm not answer. Why would I answer this hypothetical question about murder that has nothing to do with the? I was talking about.
Then,
ignorance
if it has
of bliss.
nothing to do with it, I'm going to look really stupid, right? So just answer the question.
So go ahead and finish because I would
Yeah.
like
So
to
my
make a point.
question to you was:
this
isn't it
lady.
possible that I could kill someone and really like it? That
Yo,
would be
this
yes
is
or no.
crazy, man. This is
Yeah,
toxic.
I understand how this works.
Yo,
but
need
and
you
you
to-
know what's crazy about this? This is literally, guys. How would you imagine her being in a relationship? This is literally how she will be in a relationship. Very passive aggressive. This is literally, if you want to talk about red flag or a female, right here. This is what, if you marry somebody like her, this is what you're about to experience. Having an argument, you want to get to the point, make sure that we can fix things, and she's just playing these games. And all of a sudden, in 3 years, you get a divorce. She just simply get everything, and then she's the victim. Right here.
You need to answer my questions. We're in a debate. I will answer your questions, but you also need to answer mine, or I can't get to the worldview. Yes or no?
okay, this seems like a really moot point to me, and it.
Can you just answer it then? You've wasted like 2 minutes not answering the question.
This is like a 3-hour debate.
Yeah,
Like,
why are you wasting time? Just answer the question.
Yeah, her mind is already gone, guys.
Look, Kylie, it's conceivable that you're going to propose hypothetical questions to Andrew to test
And
his,
I'll answer
his
them.
logic and worldview. He'll answer it. I think it's
He's
fair
done,
question
guys.
If
Okay.
you can answer it.
Yeah, this
the
is not
moderator.
TikTok. This is not TikTok. Her mind is already gone, guys. She doesn't have the stamina to do these debates for a long period of time.
Sure. I suppose it is possible, yes, that if
Okay.
you did it, then you would enjoy it, although it makes me uncomfortable to talk about that.
Okay, but
Sure,
if
whatever.
this is the case, well, it would be possible for any human being.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's logically possible. So the thing is that knowing that this is true, that we could, I am actually ignorant, having never killed anybody, right? And I am in bliss about that. I myself am really, really happy that I've never done that, even though I could do that and could be very happy about that. The idea that you would make the point, ignorance is bliss, seems to entail...
Well, you didn't even let me get to
well,
talk.
hang on. I just want
You're just talking
I'll give
over
you,
me.
I'll give you the quick
Oh,
answer
I have to
can
wait for
talk.
you to let me talk. Thank
Sign
you.
language.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
So what I would say is this. When you say ignorance is bliss, all you're doing is alluding to the fact that people should engage
I'm giving you 15
risky
seconds, and if
behavior
you don't
because
give me
they've
the mic,
made
I'm
it.
leaving. Go ahead. 15.
Wow.
Oh
This
my
is
God, you're going to
crazy.
leave?
Yeah.
Oh no. Uh-oh.
It's not
Look,
working.
Andrew's finishing his point.
I
Yeah,
was.
her
He was
manipulations
finishing
are
his
not
point.
working, guys. This is her final stretch. She's about to get. She already gave up, guys. She's using this sign language. She's trying to use these tactics, these toxic feminine tactics, guys. Toxic femininity tactic, manipulating, not listening. You're gonna shut up. You're gonna listen to me. This right here, and she's not even married, guys. Damn. I think so. I don't know. She might.
Right.
No, I'm
And then
serious. 10,
No, but
15
hold on,
seconds.
hold on, but-
because he's been talking for the last 5 minutes. So it's really not
well,
fair.
look.
You're not moderating very well here.
Well, to
Oh,
be fair,
okay.
you guys got to allow.
We were actually doing really well, I
hold
think.
on.
Until I was making a broader point, that wasn't allowed.
Well, it was at the expense of me speaking
Hold
is
on.
the problem.
Hold on, just one moment. So, look, in conversations and especially in a debate, look, sometimes people are gonna butt in. There's been a few times you've done it.
Yeah.
Andrew's done it. You've both
Yep.
done it. I'm trying my best here.
Well,
Just
that's why I'm
allow-
alerting you. I feel like at this point
But-
I would like to be able to speak my point because he rebutted
guys
me
have-
before I was able to give my point, and that's been happening the last. 5
You
minutes.
asked me a question. Have you heard the term ignorance
Yes,
is bliss?
so I could speak and explain my point.
Yeah, so then I said yes and said, but here's the
and then
problem with
talk
that.
for about 3-4 minutes and then try to back me into corner
give
over
the
nonsense.
expression. When I ask you a question, you answer it. I expect a yes or no, and then you give a comprehensive answer like I was.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So can I
stuff,
give
bro.
my explanation? now?
Are you done, Andrew?
Yeah.
Okay. go
Okay,
ahead.
so you going back like 5 minutes basically to what you mentioned was the term like, oh, women are happier in the home with a husband and kids, right? And so the term of ignorance is bliss, I think for a lot of women who do not have the opportunity to get an education and they are forced to be in the home, they don't know any other alternative. So some women are truly happy, but if that becomes the standard that women have to be in the home and have kids and they don't have the opportunity to get an education.
Yeah, you're right, Kino. They always want equality. Yeah, they don't want equality, right? They just want privilege. That's it. They just want the privilege.
Then of course that's going to be something that they think brings them joy because they don't have any other opportunities. And so like there's a lot of people in my mom's generation or my grandma's generation where like they were like, man, I wish I could have gone to school and like had an education and like picked someone and they just fell into a marriage that either was abusive or like they weren't happy. And so I think that it's easier to report higher levels of happiness when you perceive it to be your only option is living in the home and having children and raising them.
Yeah.
So, but what do you have to say to that? Because
Yeah,
I'm
so
curious.
interestingly-
because it goes to your like underreported things like you were talking
first
about
of
earlier.
all, when you give anecdotal evidence like, oh, my mom and mom's friends.
Oh,
may
I can
have
give you an
wished-
actual study
hang
if you
on,
want.
May have and I can refute it. I promise. But here's the thing: when you give anecdotal evidence and you say, well, my mom's friends this and that wish that they could have gone to school. There's also anecdotal evidence and an awful lot of it, and you can find it on YouTube right now of tons of women saying.
See, the chat and the whatever they're not simping. She's not liking it. She's not used to that, guys. Look at her.
They wish that
Look
they
at her.
had
See,
not.
Look at there we go, guys, right here. Look at that face. That's literally the face of defeat. That's the face of I lost this debate. We are only 49 minutes in. That's it. This is literally the face of I just lost. And I'm going to get exposed.
Gone and gotten a career.
There you go.
And wish that they would have instead deferred those childbearing years. in
Make
order
sure
to
you
have
like
a family,
the-
because they see the happiness levels
life,
of their
guys.
friends, colleagues, coworkers, things like this. That anecdotally is also just as true. But to even go on to the ignorance is bliss, I could say this and make this case about literally anything. I could say, well, I would love heroin, right? I've never taken it, but ignorance is bliss, right? Oh, I could say ignorance is bliss about literally anything, any drug,
Well, that's not the only
hang on,
statistic I have,
any
though.
I didn't cut you off. Any risky behavior, any of this. I could say that about anything. What you're doing is saying, these women are happy. There must be some bad
She's
reason.
not
for
listening.
that.
Oh, no, some women are happy.
No, you're saying
I agree.
these women are happy and there must be a bad reason for that. And the bad, because they're doing
Not for all
traditional,
of them.
hang on, because they're doing traditional gender roles. So that must be bad. So we can explain that away by saying if they had all these negative experiences, that those women who have those negative experiences actually report a higher unhappiness level, those women.
Yo, Waco said, two things are infinite, the universe and human stupidity. And I'm not sure about the universe. Quote Albert Einstein. That's a good quote from him.
Women would actually be happier.
Very good quote.
That's absurd logic, by the way.
Okay, sure. Well, again, I agreed with you on quite a few things there, but I would also like to say that, like I said at the beginning in my opening statement, the home being the most dangerous place for women, like there are women who are in abusive marriages, and so they have to convince themselves that they are happy because their husband is beating them or like assaulting them or harming their children. And
but
when you're
that's
in
not
that sort of
true.
situation, it's very difficult to be able to walk away from it, and oftentimes because you're isolated. And so, yeah, because the home is the most most dangerous place for women, and 6 women are killed every hour in the home around the
Talking
world.
points.
Those are
These are
very
talking
difficult
points.
realities that a lot of people don't want to grasp. And I'm not saying that every woman doesn't, isn't happy in the home. I think there are plenty of happy moms. I mean, my mom has worked and raised our children, her
Sure.
children, and my sisters and I, and like helped my dad out with like work. But yeah, for the most part, was a stay-at-home mom, and I think she really enjoyed it. But for me, at this point in my life, that's not something that I would like. And it's not to say that it's a bad thing, but I think that
Now she's personalizing the arguments. Now she's personalizing the back and forth. It's not. This is not a good. This is literally her trying to save whatever she had of pride. But this is not. This is not how you want to go down with the chip.
some people are convincing themselves that they're happy when in reality it's a very difficult and abusive situation.
I'm going to have to go back to the NIS where I point out to you that as you keep saying that the most dangerous situation for women is in the home.
Well, that's according to the UN around the world, though,
okay,
not just here.
Okay, but inside of the United States, at least, and inside of the Western nations, this is a commonality that they all share. It's not usually from the husband. It's usually from boyfriends of single women or single moms. Or as far as